皆さん、こんにちは、こんばんは、MLB 翻訳忍者です。本日は、2024年2月9日に、米国で放送された大谷翔平に関するニュースを3本ご紹介します。アリゾナ州グレンデールでは、ドジャースの春季キャンプが開始、大谷がキャンプ地でインタビューを受けていました。大谷は、打撃の調子、チームメイトとの会話や接し方など、多岐にわたって質問を受けていました。そのインタビューでの謙虚さが、米国番組で話題になっています。ニュース番組では、
翔平は7億ドルの選手だけど、そんな振る舞いを全く見せない。
と、驚きの声を上げていました。また、スイングの調子についても、100% に近いと回答しており、ファンの間では、楽しみにしている様子がうかがえました。それでは、大谷のインタビュー動画と、それに対する米国番組での反応2本を、日本語字幕付きでご覧ください。
Shohei, I know this is not your first spring training. It's actually going to be quite a few in for you. But when you think about just what the focus is for you heading into this year, coming back from having surgery, what kind of where are you at and what's been the focus for you right now?
本当はメジャー初のキャンプではないですか。ドジャースの一員として初めてのキャンプで、リハビリとかいろんな大変なことでしたけど、このキャンプはどういうことにフォーカスしてますか。
新しいチームなので、本当に1年目のつもりで、まずは環境に慣れる、チームメイトに、慣れることが最優先かなと思います。
I'm on a brand new team, so I'm going to act like I'm a rookie and try to get to know the guys and get along with the teammates.
We know that you've been making a lot of progressions just kind of with your swing. Where are you at right now, just in regard to the routine?
リハビリの方もだいぶ進んでいると聞いてますが、今現状どんな感じですか。
強度はもう100に近いので、あとはマシンだったりとか、実際の投手の球を打つ段階に次は進む感じかなと思います。
My swing effort level wise is almost 100%. It's right about there. And my next step is facing like live arms or facing some velo with the machine.
What has it been like just working with the hitting coaches here so far?
コーチはここまでどうですか。
まずはそのお互いに知ることからかなと思うので僕のバッティングの感覚だったりとかどういうふうにバッティングのプロセスを進めていく向こうとしてチームとしてどういうプロセスを進めていくのかっていうのを理解しながら、まずはそこからかなと思います。
I think it's important to get an understanding on both ends. What they need to know what I'm trying to do, and I need to know what the team is trying to do. So right now we're trying to get on the same page and try to go forward.
How challenging is it going to be to balance rehabbing as a pitcher and getting ready for a season as a hitter?
シーズンの準備に向けてそのピッチャーとのリハビリも兼ねて準備するっていう難しさはどういうところにありますか。
初めてではないので19年ですかね。もう同じような感じでやってますし、ある程度のプロセスは理解しているので前回よりもスムーズにいくんじゃないかなとは思ってます。
This is not my first time doing this rehabbing while getting ready for the season. I did this back in 19, so I kind of know how to do it, and I feel like it'll be easier the second time around.
Have any interactions stood out to you? Anyone that you met that you've been really wanting to meet since you became teammates that you got a chance to meet since you've been here?
すごい楽しみにしてた選手とかいますか。会うの実際会った選手いますか。
楽しみにしてた楽しみにしたというかビューラー選手とですかね、ラックス選手とかはもうずっと結構もう1ヶ月前ぐらいから一緒にやってたりしてドジャースタジアムでやってたので楽しみにしてたというよりは最初に会った2人がやっぱりなんか楽かなとは思います。
There's a lot of guys I would like to meet, but like Walker Buehler and Gavin Lux, I've been working out with them for like a whole month at Dodger Stadium, so I feel like I got to know those two guys well, and it's translated over well in Arizona.
Do you believe there's another level offensive possible while you're just hitting and you're more experienced knowing the league than you knew last time when you were just hitting?
バッティングに関してですけど、もう一段階次のレベルがあると思ってますか、自分の中で。
バッティングはそうですね、もう、一段階って言わずまだまだあるとは思ってるので、なんていうのかな、入る打線によってねやることももちろん変わってきますし、ただ自分の磨く技術だったりとかっていうのは変わらないので、そこはまだまだ先があるかなと思ってます。常に
I feel like there's not just one level but several levels ahead, offensive wise. It's going to depend on what kind of lineup I'm in and everything, but at the end, my focus is going to be the same. Keep the focus on hitting and trying to get better.
During the season, how does your hitting routine change because of the rehab? Do you do as much before a game or same?
シーズン中のバッティングのルーティンは、リハビリもあるので、例年とは違ったりするんでしょうか。
変わらないですね。
Won't change.
So we say hello to Alden Gonzalez, who joins us now from Dodger spring training. And
yeah, well, the more newsy thing was that he's swinging at close to 100% intensity. He's going to see some velocity pretty soon. So it looks like he's on a really good track to be ready as a hitter by opening day. The big question, of course, is how he's going to juggle preparing as a DH with rehabbing as a pitcher. He kind of dismissed that, said he's done this before, and he actually feels as if the second time around might be easier on him. But look, it's early in camp. He's still initiating himself to his new team. Shohei Ohtani said that he's been trying to say hi to everybody, but there's just so many new faces that he's kind of worried about introducing himself twice to the same person. Look, Shohei Ohtani might be the $700 million guy here, but he's trying to not act like that at all. Here's what he had to say about that.
新しいチームなので、本当に1年目のつもりで、まずは環境に慣れる、チームメイトに、慣れることが最優先かなと思います。
I'm on a brand new team, so I'm going to act like I'm a rookie and try to get along, get to know the guys, and get along with the teammates.
Yeah, and look, the interest here is just at another level. Every morning here at 6 a.m., there have been about a dozen Japanese reporters lined up outside waiting to get footage of Shohei Ohtani into the building. Earlier today, we were just right here talking to Dave Roberts. All of a sudden, we heard this huge roar from the fans in the backfield. It was because Yoshinobu Yamamoto had just stepped outside to walk out onto the field. Later that afternoon, there were about 70 reporters lined up along a rope to film his first bullpen session with the Dodgers.
70 reporters at a spring training practice is something to be said. Here's something that Dodgers fans could be excited about. Home opener, March 28th. Ohtani has a .357 batting average at Dodger Stadium in his career. Pretty good. Alden, thank you. We appreciate it.
Let's shift gears here, kind of before we take some questions, Matt. Ohtani was at Camelback Ranch today. There were 17,000 reporters there to take his picture. And I think somebody had yesterday, there were people like lined up on the street just to take videos and pictures of him. It's a wild circus, as we expected from this. But he did speak today. So any takeaways from you as you were following along with that?
Yeah, I thought maybe one of the best things he said was, and I'll read the quote from Bill Plunkett. Ohtani said, quote, "I'm on a brand new team, so I'm going to act like I'm a rookie and try to get along with all the guys and get along with my teammates." What's really struck me since the Dodgers have signed Ohtani and now seeing him sort of interact with media scrums on a couple times now, start beginning with Dodger Fest, is like he really does view himself as like literally just one of the guys. And I mean, he's a global superstar. I know Blake is in the chat and I forget how he likes to phrase it, but Ohtani's like the most talented baseball player I think ever is what Blake calls him.
Yeah.
So there's that. And with the scrum with us at Dodger Fest, like he basically said like he feels that he has to prove himself to the team, to his teammates, to the organization, to the fans. And so that I think is something that he's continued to, like, that's just who he is. And I didn't necessarily realize that about him. And just, a lot of it, some of the other stuff that he said this morning is I think he's swinging either close to 100% or at 100%. He should be, I think, taking live BP shortly. I know there was a video from some international outlet. I forget the name. They had him earlier in the week hitting off a pitching machine, which was definitely a step forward in his rehab process. And so at least from a hitting DH standpoint, all signs are pointing toward, which Ohtani said he expected, all signs are pointing towards him being in the lineup for the Seoul Series next month.
Yeah, which is a big deal, obviously. And I think that to some degree we take for granted, but it's worth pointing out that he is coming back from a major injury. And we know how the Dodgers tend to slow play things and to be optimistic, or I should say cautious about these things. So it'll be fascinating because I bet he desperately wants to play in that Seoul Series, being as it is sort of in the part of the world that he is from, even if not his home country. And yet, if you're the Dodgers, you're probably going to be especially cautious about even just as a DH taking swings, kind of what that rollout looks like.
いかがだったでしょうか。大谷の腰の低さがわかるインタビューでしたね。今季は DH のみの出場となりますが、それでも高い注目度と期待が向けられています。今後の活躍、 およびドジャースの動向が楽しみですね。本チャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーに関する現地ニュースを日本語字幕付きでお送りしています。よければチャンネル登録、高評価をよろしくお願いします。また次回の動画でお会いしましょう。